I'm a gangster and everybody know that shit.
My first question is,
Okay.
and we are over the phone, you know, we touched base about a little bit, but you said you started rapping at what age?
I started rapping at the age of 32 and a half. Yeah, kind of late, you know, but I felt like the situations that I was in, I felt it caving in, you know, I was doing real bad, so I decided to start rapping at that age, and I felt like better late than never, so I just started rapping.
Well, definitely. So that goes to show that you can live your dreams no matter how old you are. Don't hold yourself back. The only person in your way is you. So, and with you, I haven't really heard too much about your backstory. So, when did you really start getting into rapping?
I've always been into music from like being around my dad. Like he always like freestyle and like with his homies. So like growing him like from hearing him like spit so much and freestyle, like it had started like, and it turned to that, and then it turned into recording.
Awesome. And then, where are you from originally?
I'm from Imperial Valley, and I moved to Riverside when I was about 14. So my dad went to prison, so he moved with his brother there. So ever since then, I've just kind of been in Riverside doing my thing back and forth. I go back to my hometown, and then I come back to Riverside and go back to my hometown. And now that I'm doing music, man, I met a lot of people in the industry from everywhere, from LA, from, you know, Oxnard, Ventura, San Diego. So like I've learned, like, man, it don't even matter where you're from, it's just where you end up and where you're at. You know, where you wind up is where you wind up. This is my little homie right here, and I got a record label called The Lifers. It's a brand that I'm trying to push out. So basically, Lifers stands for live, inspire, freedom, equality, respect, and staying solid. So Lifer is actually a word, and then there's an acronym behind it. And the acronym is live, inspire, freedom, equality, and respect. So I want to get young homies, like he's young, and like I'm not a hater, so I want to get young homies and I want to bring them up and try to like coach them and teach them the game, so that way he can skip like steps that I had to go through, the bad steps. And even though I've been through 6 years, only 6 years of doing music, I feel like I accomplished a lot in such a short period of time. So I feel like him being 25, I feel like I could help him accomplish what I did before he reaches close to 40. He could do it before 32.
Yeah.
You know, so I want him to do that. So I'm like teaching him I'm teaching him basically like the game and what's required of it and all the steps to do it. So he's like right now, he's like hanging out. I'm trying to show him the ropes and stuff, and he's got tremendous talent, and you know, and he's got a lot of work, but we're gonna make it happen. He's gonna shine.
Have you noticed that you really had to step up your work ethic, or were you already just
from being in the studio with him? I had to do all kinds of like, you know, how to feel like I'm clean and like, you know, just that's what I'm learning with him. Just
yeah. You realized that there was a lot more to things, right?
Oh yeah, especially that.
Most definitely. I remember being 16 years old, making our own studio in the basement, thinking that all you had to do was press the record button.
Yeah.
You know, and then we found out,
way more to
you know, that we had to have a certain quality of a microphone, and that the equipment that we're using had to be at a certain quality, and that we had to start doing things in layers, and we had to learn how to edit better, and all kinds of stuff. And that was all the stuff that we learned. Like, you're just so lucky and blessed, really, to have a big homie, man, because we didn't have that here. You know, we taught ourselves. We're self-taught. Luckily, I'm like trained. Like I scribe with music and I play instruments, and me and my brother do. So it was kind of, we were able to teach the homies that were on the label when we started out how to do like you said, to come in on time and how to keep your counts and everything, and so that you could get your flow down. Now on this trip. On the way up here, you guys went all over the place. So, how did that start out this morning? Because I seen on Instagram,
well, it's like
early morning.
Yeah, so like the flights, I don't know, because of quarantine. So the flights, they don't have a straight shot to Kansas or Wichita. So the fastest one was to St. Louis, then back to Wichita. So that was like a total of 5 hours, not long. There was other ones, but they were like 24 hours. So you had to like go to like St. Louis or freaking Chicago or somewhere else and stay for 18 hours and come here. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna just do, they were cheaper, but I couldn't do that. So I just did the fastest one they had, and that was it, to go to St. Louis. Yeah, I like St. Louis. It's cool. I've been there when I was a kid, so it's been a while. Landed there, it was a good view from up top. But back to the music thing, what you were saying, like music is, you gotta stay consistent to make it. You gotta drop material, songs, and it's almost like selling dope. You know, it's like, okay, you have a dope sack, you got a CD, right? You have to put out product that people like, right? So I come from that, you know. Originally, that's all I did. That's what I was locked up for. It was for sales. I did my time. So what I'm saying is, if you can master that form of art, it's like a grind, you know. And for me, it's like, okay, my CD has to be as good as the dope I used to sell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like your charisma too, like your personality. You got to be outgoing. You got to be able to be like that. Yo, look, I got this. You got to be able to sell them it, you know, and sell them the idea and the brand. But at the same time, not look corny though. You know, you do it in a way where it's like legit. But
so you guys do like a rehearsal or anything like that to get your stage presence up to par?
Nah, you know, for me, I barely started working with Recent. We've done tours together. We did a lot of tours. We did some tours in Cali with the rapper. I forgot his name, but we did some tours with him. And like we did probably like about 8 or 9 shows maybe together, maybe more, huh? Like more. Like he was doing his own thing, and I think like stage presence, it could be worked on. I never worked on it, but people say I got a good stage presence. So I think sometimes it's just in you.
Yeah.
You know, it's just in you. You don't have to. I don't do much. You know, I just go out there and I try to get the crowd hyped, and I try to get the crowd to mosh pit, you know, when I do it, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, I try to get them hyped. Yeah, I try to get them. Yeah, I try to get them. So I'll try to get a girl with a big booty to come up and start dancing, you know, because you gotta get the people. You want to get the homies involved, you know. You want, if you're in shape, you know, you want to go out there and get the girls involved, and you want them to notice you, like, yo, okay. And that's the way I do it. I try to, you know, excite the crowd like that. But, you know, there's a lot of aspects to music, you know. So it's a whole stage present. Like I said, you got to have material to slang to the people, and it's got to be good. And then most definitely, like the main thing, if I would say anything, it's giving back to the community.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's probably, like, to me, that's the number one thing in music. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I love to get back to the community. So.
Oh yeah.
I love to get back to the community.
With the perfect story. That music video is just rolling.
Wait till the
Every
next
time I
one.
look at it, it's being requested to 2,000 views, and you haven't even, like I said before, to people I have ran into on the street, you haven't even paid like different streaming sites like Latin TV or anything like that to run it. That's all been done just off of self promotion.
Have a little help.
And some homies like me and a few, IR people sharing it and everything to our stories, and then sharing it to our pages and stuff. Man, that music video, did you help put together that storyboard and that whole deal? Because I mean, that was really creative, man.
Yeah, me and Turtle's the one who shot it. We both had our hand in directing it. I think that on this one, I can honestly say we shot the video really good, but I can honestly say I would say I directed it 60-40. He directed 40, I directed 60. The whole gas station scene, that was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first he was like, I don't know, but then we shot it, and it came out good. And he was like, oh, that was tight. I did create the car scene. I did do the trap inside the trap or the garage. That was both of our ideas. So I would actually say more like 70-30. I gotta take that back. Directing wise, but he shot it. So he's the shooter, and I direct mostly all my videos. You know, I direct them, and I think I have a good vision. It depends too. Like, there's been videos out there that I've helped out that that I never got credit for, but it's whatever. I'm not mad at that. But what I'm saying is, if you have a good budget, like, and you want a video shot, I could direct it really clean. The budget's important. What you can put into your videos is what you need. And I always tell people, look, Pachuca, look, if you're gonna do a video, just do it right the first time. Because if you got a good song, like Perfect Story was dope. It was dope track. Right?
Yeah.
The video was pretty cool. But when I look back, I had money. I could have done it better. Okay, I have I'm gonna hit 200,000. I'm at over 100,000 views, right, in 2 months. But if I would have did it better, just put that extra 2,000 in it that I had, it would have been at 500,000 now. But see, I wasn't thinking like that. And now I'm like, all right. So the next video I shoot is July 7th, and that one's gonna be better than that one.
Awesome.
Yeah. See, so I learned something from that video, and I learned that you can't rewind time. You only get that one shot, so just do it. Just shoot the video, do it the way you're gonna do it, and if it eats shit, at least you put all your heart, all your money, whatever you had, and that's how you gotta do it. And your singles, whatever you drop for your singles, they gotta be the dopest shit that you have,
Most definitely.
That's some advice I give the young homies is any singles, just make sure that they're the dopest ones and drop a dope video too. Yeah, make sure you edit this.
And then, so what do you, as far as your experience has gone over the past year, so you understand the big homie's vision, and
he's a visionary.
Yeah. And what would you tell people out there that are really interested and looking more into Opina's music and everything that he's doing and the stuff that he's doing in the community? What would you tell them as somebody that works side by side with him, kind of on a daily, what kind of person he really is?
You better say something good.
No, he has the image. People look at they look at him, but he's a really good person with a really good heart. Like I haven't. This is my furthest. I've never been this far before. He sat down with me. He told me yo, you gotta travel. You gotta go other places. Don't be like the rest of the homies. They have stories about being on the block and around the corner to the liquor store, and that's all they've been.
True.
You gotta move. You gotta see there's other places. So
yeah, I try to teach them to move. If you don't move, it's like anything, right? If you lay in bed, your blood stops.
Yeah.
Your heart gets weak, your liver, your stomach, because you're no longer moving, right? So it's the same thing with music. If you don't move and venture, it gets harder and harder. You start kind of getting more localized. Now, don't get me wrong, you can make your money local, for sure. So it just depends on what you're trying to do. And he's always telling me he wants to expand. I go, the only way to expand is to expand.
Yeah.
It's to leave.
And it's a scary thing to go outside your box. Most definitely.
Hard.
Especially with our communities are kind of sometimes closed-minded. You know what I mean? And then I've seen you doing a lot of stuff that you're not really holding yourself in a cultural box. You're really open to working with people of all different ethnicities and backgrounds and
You
stuff.
get songs.
So what would you say encourage the homies to do on their own level?
Yeah, I like that
as
question.
Local musicians and all trying to come up and.
I feel like this. I feel that we got boxed in when the guys my age, I can't even really say OGs because I'm actually their age. Guys and I'm not talking down on nobody. I'm saying the guys that started our genre, what we call Chicano rap, Mr. Capone and all them, they kind of boxed us in because they were like, okay, this style has to be, this is the only style that's solid, was tattoos and a bald head, right? That's the only style that's solid. In actuality, if you want to talk about jail and prison, there's a lot of different styles of people that are solid that don't have that style, And so I do music like that. I do I would recommend the young homies to think of it that way, that the realness in you doesn't come from what you look like, doesn't come from your bald head and tattoos. You could have long hair, and there could be someone with a bald head and tattoo who's a rat in prison.
Yeah.
And then the guy with long hair in prison is the solid one.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it doesn't come from that. So you can basically do whatever you want. There is no race behind it. It's, if you're Mexican, then just make dope music. Just say, you know what? I'm Mexican, but I can make dope music that applies to white people, blacks, and Mexicans. You know, I feel like if you box yourself in and you just go for a Mexican crowd, I kind of feel like that's in a way kind of racial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're saying, okay, I'm only gonna make music for this type of people, and I don't think that way. I want my white homies to fucking bob their head to my shit. I want them to, when they work out, like, yo, that fool's turning up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that. So when I make music, and the young homies, when they make music, they should think about, okay, how can I get people to turn up? Not how can I get. I don't want my young Mexicans to be like, how can I get Mexicans to turn up? No, how can I get people to?
Yeah.
That's my advice. That's what I'm getting to. Is I feel like that. Like, how can I get people to turn up?
Exactly.
You feel me? Like, how can I get people, everybody? And that's how I kind of approach music. At the beginning, I wasn't. I was very, at 32 and a half, I was very localized.
Oh yeah, I feel you. That's how we were. We all started out that way, like
very localized.
Blue flagging, you know, beatsy.
Yeah.
He can't help it. He likes the baldness.
Yeah, and I didn't like.
And
I didn't like that because I played basketball my whole life. You know, I was on the blacktops. I played sports, so I played with every different race. Mm-hmm. So when I kind of started, I started off with the stock, because I've been to jail, so I started off with a group of homies that it was like that, and it kind of like pushed me in. I didn't like it. It wasn't who I was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't who I was, and
almost limited yourself creatively too.
Oh yeah, it messed me up.
It limits what you're writing about. It limits the kind of visuals you want to have and everything.
Yeah, because if you continue to talk about the street and which I do. But I like to throw in little fresh lines now, you know, like stuff that's, you know, like in that one I said, what I say, I do a lot of my shopping up in Beverly Hills, you know, you know, like I like to stay fly too, so I like to throw that shit in there because people like to be fly. If you just talk about jail and selling drugs, you know, you're just gonna box yourself into a crowd. Because I'll tell you what, even if you're trying to go for that style with Mexicans, there's more Mexicans that are normal than there are goons and thugs.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, the majority of the Mexican people are not goons and thugs.
Oh yeah.
So if I'm talking about drugs in jail, I'm probably only gonna have 5,000 fans in California because there's only 5,000 thugs like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're only that's who's gonna buy your records.
Small box, exactly.
A small box, yeah. I mean, I get clowned on too, like homies. I dropped the basketball song. I put it out to some homies just to hear it, and they were like, "That ain't us, bro. Like that ain't us." But the song's so positive, and they can't understand. Like they don't understand. I don't understand why they can't understand.
Yeah.
I'm like, you ain't never had a barbecue and had a good time. You know, like I'm not rapping about barbecue, but I'm saying like my song's just as positive as barbecue.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my kids playing basketball and graduating from high school, and to them that's like soft.
Yeah, which a lot of Mexicanos all over the place. I know Big C was in the varsity basketball player. I was a basketball player.
You play ball?
My kids play ball.
Did you play guard?
Yeah, I was a point guard. Yeah, I was a little fast little thing.
Bet I'll beat you 11-0.
Played soccer. Shoot, I was always playing with the dudes because that's all we had in our neighborhood. It was a bunch of guys, you know. So I'd always ball up with the homies and stuff. I was always me or this other girl that lived on the street was the only chicks or whatever that would be there. But you know, it's great to hear these stories from you guys because there's a lot of people out there from all over that need to hear that kind of stuff. There's just a lot of divisiveness going on in the world right now. And it's great when we can listen to music that everybody can relate to. That's one of my favorite things to do, like as a with Sick and Twisted, we've done over the years, is make music that anybody like the mom, the stay-at-home mom that has a dream. She really wants to do something, but yet she's got an oppressive, controlling husband that's not allowing her to do so, or she doesn't, shut her family out or whatever. Like, those are the voices of the people that we, that we target. And that's our everyday people, because those are all issues that everybody faces, and it's great. Like, I know there's a lot of my followers are going to be watching this, and you guys have all reached out to me as I've talked to you guys. You guys see me talk about subjects anywhere from political issues going on to, the parenting situations, co-parenting, and all that other stuff. When you hear real music from real musicians and stuff like that, you can play it and get inspired and get moving. When you hear a bunch of negative stuff that's about violent shit and about getting revenge on people and things like that, all it does is boil your blood, and it makes you get to the point where you want to go out and do something to somebody. And I know for a fact, because I was at first, saying, all right, let's go by submission. Let's play this music to pump us up and get
I like some of that music. I still do some of that.
And there's still some of that music that's classic. There's just some that's just classic, and that you're always gonna love regardless of what emotion you're feeling in that moment.
Of course.
But there's just a lot of people that are like one-hit wonders. That's what they'll ever be known for. Yeah. So it's great when you guys make a diverse amount of music. I gotta say, man, you got a good eye for strippers. For those music videos, some promo videos.
My wife's right there. By the way. Yeah.
Y'all got a deal going on there, or what?
No deal. Nah. She gets the last approval though. She gets the last approval.
She's the one with the good eye, I'm assuming.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. We try to work together, but it is what it is. We're trying to sell records, but I'm learning as I go. So,
and as a female in this game, I can't even like a stripper post. I'm horny getting some jump down my throat. Like, hey, baby, so I'm telling you, I do not swing that way.
This.
I just like the post.
I kind of feel like what I represent is more of an individual, solid person. So, a lot of people do the gang and they're gangbangers. So I think the reason why a lot of people fuck with me, like they follow me and they watch me on my stories, is because my movement is genuine. It's like there's a difference between a gangster and a gangbanger. Okay, a gangbanger goes with 5 or 6 people and needs that help. A gangster has no color. He takes care of his family, works hard for his girl, works his 9 to 5, or works in traps in the street, and is solo and does it for his family, and doesn't back down from those 4 or 5 guys that come around his crib. That's a gangster. A gangbanger, I'm not counting on them. I got respect for what they do, but that's not what my movement's about. My movement's about the solid person by themselves that stands as a man. So a lot of homies, they fuck with me because they're like, yo, that's how I am. Like, I won't back down from 4 fools coming around my pad. Yeah. That's my pad, Yeah. They could run the streets and tag in the street, but don't tag on my pad, and that's what I represent. That average person that holds his ground at his crib and takes care of his family. You see, that's what I put out there on the gram. And people hit me up all the time. They're like, that's dope. Like, I like that shit, dog. Like, I don't want to be with 4 homies and roam the streets and think I'm hard.
Yeah.
And so my dad used to tell me that there's a difference between being a gangbanger and a gangster. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference. So I like to take that role.
And this is great for people in Kansas that are watching, because you guys are misinformed a lot as to what he's talking about. Horribly misinformed. So this is great for you guys to be hearing this information. information.
Some different knowledge, you know.
Now, where can people find you guys online? And do you guys have merchandise you guys have out for people to buy as well, along with the albums and the streams and stuff?
So yeah, so pretty soon we're gonna release a line of merch. We're probably gonna do hats. We're probably gonna do. He's got the headband on, the headband. So we're gonna do some stuff like that. Shirts. I've done shirts in the past. So we're definitely going to put out a better version of the brand. I did shirts and what did we do? We did shirts and what else? Shirts and shorts, and they sold out. And I was just doing it as a test run. That was like last year or something, or the year before, and they just sold out. I mean, I didn't realize so many people really like the brand, you know, and what it stood for. So we're definitely going to put out a bunch of clothing and try to spread it across. I'm just waiting for the right timing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the right time, and I think my views are going up on my videos. So I think pretty soon we're gonna start releasing the clothing line. I'm gonna definitely release a jumpsuit, like a hoodie with the sweatsuit. It's gonna say like Lifers up top, and then probably Lifers on one sleeve, and then maybe a logo. You know, I just got so many different ideas for the logo, so I don't want to spoil it. But I like Dennis the Menace. I think that's a dope logo. I think that's tight, like a Dennis the Menace. Like,
oh yeah.
You know, like a little, but keep him the way he looks. But just like real thugged out with his suspenders on and like just something different.
Yeah.
You know, like we want to do some different shit. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to push it out like that. The Lifer brand, Lifers.
Lifers, all right. And then of course you can find Opina on Facebook.
Opina Music on Instagram. It's Opina Music _ on Instagram. Also, Facebook is Opina Oscar, and on YouTube, Opina Music. If you wanna go look at my shit, Opina everything.
And trust me, you don't want to miss these new music videos that you just put out. And of course, the one that he's about to drop is gonna be dope as heck. Shout out to the homie Trippy G.
Oh yeah, shout out Trippy. What up, Trippy?
You know, we can't wait to be able to work with you here in Kansas again. Hopefully, we'll be able to have the homies out in September for Hispanic Heritage Month. And of course, hopefully praying that everything that's going on with COVID starts, you know what I'm saying, coming to a norm, because it's not going away. So, you can find me, Pachuca785 on Instagram. You can find Alicia Pachuca Garcia on Facebook. You can also find Sick and Twisted. All you gotta do is put Sick and Twisted on YouTube. And it will come up with our newest song, So Gangsta, with ITN Dubstar, Hypnotic, and of course, the homie Big C. We have the music video. We're shooting next month in July in California for that. We're also going to be putting in some work tonight after we leave here.
We got a feature coming. It's going to be
so
dope.
Be looking out for that, and we'll be working on that video as well. So, much love, and may God bless everybody out there. If you need anything, all you gotta do is DM Pachuca.
Yes.